Martin of Ohio State, the Ohio State University, and take your time, get settled, get something to drink.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about your match briefly, and then we'll open it up for question, Myles.
I don't really remember much. I just remember wrestling, competing, and then looking at the score. But in the second, when he tossed me to my back, I was a little worried. But sometimes you can't stop wrestling, so I wrestled through it, and then he ended up on his back out of bounds, and I was just like, "Let's pin him." And then he kept moving out, so wasn't able to get it. But sorry, you have any questions?
Okay, go right ahead.
Myles, Zeb Miller, Flow Wrestling, Go Ohio Cast. Is it official? Two-part question. Is it official? Tom Ryan a genius?
Yes.
Okay, pulled you out of the red shirt. Second, you were 0-3 against him or 0-4?
I was 0-3 against him. This was the fourth match.
Would you trade the other three for this one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, those other three were a learning experience. If I didn't wrestle those other three, I wouldn't have been able to compete like I did today. Before, I approached my match differently than I did today. Approached it with just going out there, wrestling a position, and just be free and be open. And before, I didn't wrestle like that. So having those three matches under my belt helped me compete like I did today. So
Right here in front.
Mike Finferwin, at what point in that 6-point throw did you know that you have to roll through there when you thought it looked like he almost had you on your back?
I guess the last point when I was on my back and he was over top of me, I felt his weight move more to my left side, and that's how I was able to get out and back on top of him. So just had to keep wrestling that position. You'll feel it. So
Back in the back, Eddie.
Eddie Goldman, no holds barred. Congratulations. You put on quite a show in that match with that big 6-point move. What was your mindset going in, knowing that he had beaten you 3 times before, and how confident were you that you were going to get the win, which obviously you did?
my mindset going before is he beat me 3 times already. He pinned me at Big Tens. I'm just I can't get any worse than that. So going to the match, I figured I'd just go out there and wrestle and just compete as hard as I can. I've been doing it at practice, did it all during the year, and if I just stick to what I do best and just have fun, that's the main thing about it, have fun and just wrestle in positions. I competed well and I was able to win. So,
Go front row here, and then Gary Abbott next.
Myles, that moment you were able to share with Coach Ryan and those close to you after you won, can you just tell us about that, how much it meant to you?
it meant so much to me. I love that guy. In the beginning of the season, we butted heads about the whole red shirt thing, but he cares so much about me and the team, and he understands where I come from. A small town in Penns Grove with not much there, so he understands all that, and he was able to support me if I needed anything, any kind of support, just to talk to him about girlfriend problems, my father problems, stuff like that. He was there, so just love that guy so much.
Gary.
Myles, you said earlier in the season you weren't sure you were ready to come and wrestle, and you've won this tournament. You just qualified for the Olympic trials. Do you feel maybe you should go there too and listen? Give it a try, since this year, you gave yourself a chance and you're now national champion.
Yeah, I talked to Kyle Snyder about it. He said, "Hey, you win a national title, are you going to compete in the World Trials?" I was like, "Well, we'll see what happens," because I didn't know how well I was going to do in this tournament. And I just stayed focused. I didn't really worry about it, so I wanted to see how I do at the Olympic trials. So we'll see.
Front.
Zeb Miller, Flow Wrestling, Go Ohio Cast. Iowa does not get a team trophy. I think it's the first time it's happened in over 10 years. Your win made that happen. Did you even have any clue that anything like that was a thing?
Yeah, we had a meeting earlier today before the final session with Coach Ryan and all the guys, and he said in order for us to get a team trophy, we have to catch up to Iowa or Virginia Tech. I think Virginia Tech was close too, and I didn't really think much of it. I was more focused on my match and just doing what I need to do my part in the whole team race, and so was Kyle. So we just competed hard, and then I won, and then the points came. We beat Iowa. So there it is.
In the back, don't forget to identify yourself.
Garth Gartrell, Ohio State. Myles, you went out there. A big part of Bo's game is intimidation. Did you go out there with the intent, that early bear hug, to make a statement?
I went out there with the intent to just wrestle and compete in every position. A lot of guys who wrestle Bo, they get intimidated, like you said. They take a back seat and they're afraid of his counter offense. When you shoot a shot, he'll jack you up, and a lot of guys don't like wrestling in that position. So I figured if a lot of guys don't like wrestling in that position, he wins that position all the time. So why not just challenge him in that position and compete with him where he's good at and see how what happens, and show it in the match.
Take one final question. Anybody have one more? If not, oh, yes, sir. From the back.
Yeah, it's Tommy Baranowski from Blood Round. The way the bottom side of the bracket, your side of the bracket, opened up for you, and now you have the chance to go against the top seed Nolf, and did you have any chip on your shoulder, really prove like, hey, I deserve to be here. It's not just because of some upsets.
I mean, yeah, a lot of guys got upset, like Robuto, Butler, but that's not me. I mean, I'm just competing just like everyone else, and I was able to beat the guys they lost to. So be it. I made it to the finals, and then got a rematch with a guy who beat me 3 times in a row. So I was just happy the way I competed throughout the whole tournament. The coaches were so happy I was All-American, but wasn't really thinking about it. I was thinking about the next match, keep winning and keep competing hard. So,
Myles, thank you so much, and congratulations. You're 174-pound champ, Myles Martin, the
Thank
Ohio
you.
State